Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Amsterdam Schiphol Airport. I'm Pongyo, and this is episode 14. Currently I'm speaking to you on a recording because when I recorded this video, the sound was very echoey for some reason, but when I was recording and listening, it was fine. So anyway, we're up to 7.2 million, and I'm thinking I've got the sped up on this video. So I was originally thinking that the airport wasn't looking how I wanted it to, so I went ahead and I closed the airport, and I was thinking about that I had to make it look more like the original Amsterdam Schiphol. So yeah, we had 7.2 million. I went ahead and I deleted everything, and that took us up to over 10 million. So you can see that there on the screen. And yeah, I had very little problems when I was going around and deleting all of this. But yeah, the contractors took forever to get on the buses when they were leaving, as I had that simulated. And then yeah, got everything cleared. I had a couple of passengers who didn't leave as I had intended. Had to build a little bit again, but I got them away. So here you can see no passengers, one person in the airport, which is myself, and the running cost is now at zero. So yeah, we were ready to go at this point. So I was trying to figure out what would be the best way to do this. And yeah, having not just the only bottom left square to play with kind of made things a little easier. So I'm looking here at the price of the large runways, and they're costing 1 million each. And yeah, I was thinking maybe that was a bit pricey. I was putting them in. I did keep the simulation on so that nothing got built as I was laying it, just to save money if we had to reconfigure. Down the bottom, there's not enough space, so you have to go medium down there. And yeah, you can just see, look, that's a medium. And then look how small the small one is compared to the large ones. It's pretty insane, really, the size difference. So yeah, placed that medium one down um, to to see how that was going, and I decided, no, let's have mediums on the right, and then yeah, a little bit more reconfiguration about, and yeah. So we were trying to put that in and figure out how to go ahead with this. There's a lot of moving around different parts here. I I had a lot of trouble trying to figure out how I wanted to do this. Um, because yeah, you if you start going large, there's very limited space really for doing what you need to do in this game. And yeah, it can become a bit of a squeeze, really. And what I have here is actually really different from what we actually ended up with. So I'm placing in, and I'm trying to figure out how we go ahead with the stands that we're trying to put in place. Now I've got my notebook here that I work off of. I've kind of drew out a little simplified map of the terminal of Schiphol Amsterdam Airport, just to give myself a good idea, so I don't have to keep looking at Google Maps or something like that. The runway system is very different, but the terminal in itself, I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. Here I'm still trying to figure out where am I going to place stands because I need to leave space for the car road network in the kind of middle area as it is. So I thought let's start with the B and the C gates, which are down here to the south. Probably try and make it as easy as possible. So I thought let's go 8 wide rather than 10 and kind of stick to that sort of theme. And I was contemplating, do I go with two stands each? But I thought, no, that's far too low down. We need to go further up. So I start deleting that stuff, and yeah, then I think, okay, let's start going up to the top. And I think, is this the large ones? I think that's the large ones that I start looking at, and then I go, you know what? Let's not go large. Let's stick with the medium stands. Let's not go with any large. And as a result of that, I actually end up then going back and deleting the large runways as I felt like, oh, no, we don't need that. And then I was thinking again, that's far too high up again, still too high. Trying to figure out how best, so leaving a gap of 8 to there, but then realizing again that, you know what, too far over, deleting it again, putting it in place. And yeah, this kind of went on for quite a bit of time because I wasn't entirely happy with how things were going. And yeah, it's, then I realized I put them the wrong way. They need to be going down, so I'm leaving a gap of 10 so that I could put a terminal in for 8 and then leave space for the road to go round. Because my plan is to be able to allow the roads to fully circle or snake around the airport terminal. Um, which later in the video you see that we do manage to do. It goes all the way around the outside. Here you can see I'm deleting the large stands and deleting the ramp for those. And yeah, now you see we're placing in the medium ones because I've decided I'm not going to go with any large planes here at all. Just all of them are just going to be medium because it just trying to replicate Amsterdam Schiphol and then putting in large stands, I didn't think was great. So here I thought, oh, that would be good if I can make that straight line all the way across, which a little bit of reconfiguration was able to do very easily. And then I'm bringing a bit down for these down here. And I'm just trying to lay out the taxi foundations to get an idea of how we can successfully get around everything. Here I realize, you know what, I've not left enough space because I wanted to have two kind of paths going across. And there you see, I went ahead and I did a lot offline um, to get to this stage. So you can see everything is now in place. Everything is kind of how I wanted it to be. There's the D gates there, I think. Yep. There's the E gates along there, the F gates, the G gates are along there, and the H gates down the bottom bit right there. And yeah, and there was a bit of space where there is remote stands actually over there, but I didn't put it there. I've got the road network all there, so bus stops at the top and bottom, car stops at the top right, taxis at the bottom right hand side. Put in a couple of subways, one at the bottom, one at the top. There's the service road, and here you can see I snake all the way around the terminal, which I'd said a few minutes ago that I was able to accomplish, and then have another exit. So there's two entrances and exits for the service roads. And yeah, I deleted this little bit in a second. I unpause the game and everything gets built, and then I've got all my zones and my taxi path ways in, and I've tried to do as many different access points of the runway, the taxi pathways as possible to try and limit, hopefully, traffic along there. We've got a lot of space around about for the vehicle depots and things like that. There's the air traffic control tower, which I decided to put down that end just to kind of keep it more out of the way and leave more empty space up the top. So if we need to. And yeah, everything was all one-way roads around there and ready to go. And that's where I'm saying I'm thinking about doing baggage bay systems in those two areas that I was just looking at underneath ground, so that one would service 11 stands, one would service 10 stands, and we could essentially split the terminal into two in a sense. Even though it's just one big terminal, it could essentially be split into two. So hopefully people will just have to go into the one area they need to for the use of the baggage bay systems once we get those put in place. And then I'm talking here about the security zones that I want to be putting in. So each part will have its kind of own little security zone. And then international zones are all going to be automated, I think. So that should be fairly easy. The same with the boarding gates. I want to automate those as well because I think That'll just mean that passenger service agents only need to stay in the main terminal area, which you will see in a second. And yeah, here I'm talking about how I would get these guys, passengers, into like an exit area and where they could collect their baggage. I've got some good ideas about that, um, which is probably good that I'm kind of like doing a voiceover for this recording because now you don't hear all my good ideas. I was also looking at saying if we need money, we can take out our loan. Okay, so here you see. I've put out the taxi pathways. I've put international zones and the zones there. So yeah, you kind of get an idea now looking rather than listening to what I would have been saying before, but not about the exit points for the secure zones. Um, this is the gray area would be the check-in area. So the top area would be for the 11 at the top, and the bit going down on the right-hand side would be for the 10 down the bottom side. And um, I'm thinking later I will have to build upwards because I don't have enough space overall. And building upwards will allow us more space for like stores and things, like franchise restaurants, because I think we really, really do need to look at maybe putting them in later. But yeah, we pretty much got everything done for the, the outlay of the airport. And it's all pretty much ready to go. So if you liked this video, I'm sorry about the voiceover, but yeah, hopefully you still like the video. Please hit the like button. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. And hit the bell notification so you get notified when we upload new videos. We upload Airport CEO videos twice weekly on this channel. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next episode where hopefully my mic will be recording better and it will make things a lot easier to go with. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. We'll see you in the next one. Stay safe. Goodbye.